Now at 6, the American Legion in Miami, Oklahoma adds an expansion to its museum. Plus, we'll take you to the Allen County Fair to meet local crafters and vendors. And Anvil Axe Co. in Neosho, Missouri puts on an axe throwing tournament.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, the American Legion in Miami, Oklahoma has expanded the museum portion of their building, adding new artifacts to honor veterans. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Anthony Saviello. KOAM's Mitch Adams visited the museum to find out more.
It's not all local. This stuff comes from across the country.
A newly expanded museum, housed in the Miami American Legion, displays impressive artifacts spanning from the Revolutionary War to conflicts in Afghanistan.
The recent expansion has happened within the last 6 months, where we've added 1,000 square feet to our existing museum that we had. So now we're up to about 2,800 square feet of museum floor space to exhibit.
The expansion aims to honor America's veterans by providing a space where their stories can be told and preserved. It also serves as an educational tool, offering the public a first-hand look at the realities of war through the belongings of those who lived it.
Part of the history of keeping this history alive, well, I got a lot of cool stuff. I have sand here from the Normandy Beach that people have taken, that had actually brought back to me from Normandy Beach. I have various medals of different soldiers, and I've got uniforms from World War I. I have money from the Revolutionary War from 1782. I have a sixpence here. That's the oldest piece in the museum right now, is a sixpence from 1782.
Each exhibit tells a story of bravery, sacrifice, and the enduring spirit of those who have served.
I've got to talk to a lot of people, watch their faces, and tell me that they did not know this even existed. So it is quite a really proud moment that the work we put in is finally starting to get where they can see some of the stuff that we have.
Reporting in Miami, Oklahoma, Mitch Adams, KOAM News.
The museum is now open to the public for tours by appointment. Tours can be scheduled by reaching out to the Miami American Legion. Still a little toasty outside. Let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney.
Well, temperatures are in the mid-90s. We got up to about 96 today. Now you can see where our heat index is still showing 101, so it still feels like it's in the hundreds today. We've had some partly cloudy skies, light breeze. We've also seen an extension of our heat advisory for more of our counties out in Kansas. Now most of Kansas seeing a heat advisory, Missouri seeing a heat advisory, a couple counties out there in Arkansas, and then Oklahoma as well. But we're also in an excessive heat warning in Oklahoma, and this is all the way until midweek next week. Now we've had a few isolated showers in the area. You can see mainly along I-49 and then moving out towards the east. Doesn't look like there's anything left. You can see maybe just north of Carthage a couple of these little pop-up showers. As we continue through the night, we're going to see a few cloudy skies pushing in through Sunday morning, but overall it's going to be a great looking day. I'll have those details coming up.
All right, Lindsay, thanks. An Oklahoma man has turned himself in to authorities after admitting he shot his girlfriend's husband. The incident took place outside of a plasma donation center in Edmond, Oklahoma. As Elise Jones reports, people called 911 after the bloody victim yelled out for help.
There's a kid with a gun here at the building.
911 calls flooding into the Edmond Police Department Tuesday afternoon. Police say 21-year-old Micah Hill was in his girlfriend's car and she was inside when her husband came up to the car window. Hill told police it scared him because they've met before and the husband allegedly had spit in his face and threatened him in the past. Hill said out of fear, he grabbed his girlfriend's gun, loaded it, and got out of the car. People in the area saw him armed.
It was silver. I'm not sure if it's real, but it's certainly frightening.
Documents say Hill told police the husband walked around the car and asked Hill if he was hurting his children. Hill says his answer was no. He claims the husband then lunged toward him, so he shot him twice.
I heard 2 shots in the parking lot.
Seconds later,
a gentleman walked in and was yelling, "Help, help, I need help, he shot me, he shot me." I know they hit the panic alarm at the front desk as well.
People inside frantically calling for help while the wife helped apply pressure to his gunshot wounds.
We have a man outside in our lobby that he's on the ground. He's got blood on him and stuff. We don't really know. We just heard a commotion and walked out there. I'm inside my office, and we just heard commotion, and when we went out there was a man out there saying he's dying, and he was on the floor.
The business where the victim ran inside told KOCO Wednesday they're cooperating with the investigation and are grateful for staff acting quickly to help the victim and call police. Documents say Hill admitted the husband was not visibly armed, but told police he, quote, couldn't do anything unless I shot him because he can't, quote, outfight him.
Well, according to police, the victim was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Hill was sent to the Oklahoma County Detention Center and booked on assault and battery charges. His bond was set for $50,000. Coming up, a family deals with some unwelcome visitors in their home. Plus, local vendors gather to show, sell, and showcase their homemade works. That's coming up. Well, bats could be considered nature's flying exterminators. A single bat can eat 600 mosquitoes a day, but for one family in the Missouri Ozarks, bats decided to make the house their new home. Chris Bryant has their story.
We all dread the unwanted visitor. But that chirping sound, well, maybe it's a mouse, which is not what
we thought it
want.
was a squirrel, yes. And my mother is a wildlife rehabber for Greene County, and we asked her to come over, and she said, those are bats. You need to get remediation in as quick as you can.
For Ashley Goris,
This is our master bedroom. This was the wall that they inhabited. And then this is right above our screened-in porch, the second access point.
one bat was trying to move in.
We first found a bat in the house September of 2024.
3 more bats would be spotted around their house, 2 on their porch and another.
The fourth bat, the one that we found while the boys were sleeping, we were not able to find that one. And that's when we called the health department and said, I think we have a problem.
I've seen this movie.
I know, we have too. We felt like we were in it. I mean, if you stood by this window, you would just see them, we counted hundreds.
Well, the family can find the humor now as they called their home the Bat Cave. Sectioning off their home from the bats was just one step.
So we all went to the Mercy Emergency Department to get our first rabies vaccine and our immune globulin shot, and then we went to the acute ambulatory care center off of National for the remaining vaccine doses.
And for her son, the reality set in.
One of the things my youngest son said, he said, so let me get this right. He said this on the way to the emergency department. Rabies is 100% fatal. And I said, yes. And he said, and if I get the vaccine before any symptoms, there's a 100% chance that I live. And I said, yes. So after he got his first 2 shots, 1 in each thigh, he looked at me and he said, Mom, the nurse could have just saved my life. And I said, you're absolutely right. She could have.
When it comes to rabies vaccinations, the standard treatment is to be reactive.
The sooner the better you get the rabies shot. And yes, you're absolutely right. You need several shots in order to prevent from that happening. But if you get the shots, there have never been a case of people who actually got the shot and got rabies afterwards.
On average, in the United States, there are around 5 cases of rabies in humans each year. And if you are infected with rabies, a person is confused, has water coming from their mouth, then becoming aggressive, followed by lethargic. And if you have rabies as a human, it is fatal.
It's been described from anything from 2 weeks to a year. Okay. Most people are between 2 weeks and 6 months.
With the bats removed and the vaccines complete, there was only one thing left to do.
And by the end of our last shot, we actually had a little celebration here at the house with a Batman-themed cake to celebrate that we were done with, I think, over 24 vaccines, 24 shots between the 4 of us.
In Greene County.
A little later, a small business in Neosho holds a razor-sharp competition.
And we're heating back up as we head into next week. I'll have those details right after this. Some warmer temperatures to start off our summer season, but we're going into another bit of a heat wave as we head through the rest of the weekend and into next week. Let's go ahead and take a look. Now we've got heat advisories issued for all of our Kansas counties, all of our Missouri counties, Arkansas, and a few of our Oklahoma counties. Now we're also under an excessive heat warning for a few of our counties out there. Miami, you can see all the way to Newada County. Those are all the way until Tuesday at 7 p.m. due to the extreme heat indices that we can see anywhere from 100 to 109 for the next several days. Now taking a look at downtown Joplin from the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex, we still have a really nice day today. We did see a few showers earlier, but overall it's been a partly cloudy day, but we've had quite a bit of sunshine for the rest of us. Now the only areas that really saw some rain, Pittsburgh, Columbus, maybe just north of Joplin in the Carthage area, Lamar, Nevada, Stockton, a little bit of lightning as well. Those tapered off rather quickly as we head through the rest of the afternoon. Now temperatures today got up to about 96 with our low this morning near 80. So we definitely started off really warm, definitely above average. We're going to see that for the next couple of days. Tomorrow temperatures are going to be about 94, 95. So a couple of degrees cooler than the weekend that we've seen. But heat indices are still going to be extremely high. Joplin 103, Baxter Springs 106. We've got 107 in Independence, Fredonia, Chanute, Iola, Fort Scott, 106 up there in Stockton, Nevada. So it's definitely going to be a hot day tomorrow with high heat indices. Then we're getting up into Monday. Heat indices drop just by a couple of degrees, but we're all still about 100 to 105 range. So that's where the heat advisory takes place. Now, we are expecting to see some pretty high heat indices Tuesday and into Wednesday. That's going to be greater than 105. So we're looking more at this range. The heat exhaustion likely, heat stroke possible. Definitely want to stay hydrated during these next couple of days. Luckily though, we are going to have a break. So for the next couple of days, Sunday, major to moderate risk. You can see mostly moderate risk. We might have that major risk. Monday, definitely going to be very hot. We've got more of our central counties and southern counties in that major risk for heat. Tuesday, starting to dial it back a little bit. Still in our western counties at major risk. Wednesday, much better. Thursday, our risk nearly drops off the map. Thursday, Friday, and even into Saturday, we're looking at a minor to even little to no risk. You can see up a little outside of our area, but still we see those temperatures drop. So we're getting down to from the upper 90s Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to the lower 90s Thursday, Friday, Saturday, a little bit warmer, Sunday, then 88 on the following Monday. We also have daily chances of rain Thursday all the way through Monday. That's due to two high pressure systems on either side of us to the west and to the east that are going to pinch this low right on top of us for about a week-long stretch, 5 to 7 days. And we saw that earlier in the month where we just get daily chances of rain and cooler temperatures. So that's what we're going to have again at the end of this weekend or week and into next weekend. That's going to give us a nice break from the heat that we've been dealing with.
Well, and it's funny, you know, we were kind of like back a few months ago, we were like, we can't wait for it to warm up.
Oh, I know.
And then now we're like, no, we can't wait for it to cool
Actually,
down.
I want a cooler week.
Well, yeah, exactly. Thanks, Lindsay. Well, in the height of fair season and enduring the warm weather today, Allen County has their own celebrations happening this week. Part of the Allen County Fair was the Peddler's Craft Fair, local artisans showcasing and selling their handmade works. Also happening today, if you're a fan of axe throwing and have some competitive spirit to go along with it, Anvil Axe Co. is hosting an axe and knife throwing tournament this weekend. The event is geared towards all people, whether you're a seasoned axe thrower or a beginner. Events include hatchet, big axe, hatchet duels, knife, and knife duels. Still ahead, the Outlaws look to win their 8th game in a row, and an NCAA champion comes to Columbus to host a youth wrestling camp. Ben McLeish has those stories and more up next in sports.
On Sunday, Pitt State softball player Kendall Forbes was hospitalized following a car crash in Bourbon County. Now the PSU softball team, athletic department, and local sporting goods store Jock's Niche have set up a fundraiser. You can support the cause by picking up her shirt or hat right here in Pittsburgh at Jock's Niche or on Broadway or the Wichita location. The proceeds go to the Forbes family helping them offset medical expenses as Kendall receives life-saving care at the KU Medical Center. Orders will be taken through the end of July. It's not every day you get to meet an NCAA champion, but over 60 kids throughout the 4 states did just that today. Wyatt Hendrickson, a Kansas native and 2025 NCAA champion, hosts a youth wrestling camp today at Columbus High School. Kids aged between 6 to 18 came out to meet Hendrickson and receive one-on-one coaching. Hendrickson hosts youth camps the entire summer with one major goal: to bring out the love of wrestling for kids all around Kansas.
Kansas is where I'm from. It's my people, and they've poured so much into me my entire life of wrestling. So now it's my turn to give back. So I love coming to, all over Kansas so that I can give back and teach these kids, what I've learned, and letting them know that even if we're from a small place of Kansas, doesn't matter. We can still do great things. We're all just one family at the end of the day, and that's important to me. We're all brothers and sisters out here having fun.
The Joplin Outlaws take on the Sherman Shadowcats at Joe Becker Stadium tonight, looking for their 8th straight win. Yesterday, Joplin won 11-1 in 8 innings via the run rule. In fact, they haven't played a 9-inning game for 7 straight games. During their winning streak, the Outlaws have averaged over 13 runs a game. They'll look to continue their dominant streak tonight. First pitch is at 7:05. Well, over in the major leagues, the Royals have a doubleheader with the division rival Guardians. Game 1 goes to extra innings where Jonathan India hits a 3-run walk-off bomb to secure the win for KC in the series opener. The second game just started at 6:15 and we're still scoreless in this one, but the Royals could secure the series and their 3rd straight win with another victory. And the Cardinals are playing right now as well. They can clinch their series over the Padres with a win tonight. Win would also put them just a half game out of the last NL wildcard spot, but there's still a long way to go. Right now, we're still scoreless in the 1st. In Minnesota, PGA golfers wrap up day 3 of the 3M Open, and we end the round with a tie for first place. Akshay Bhatia scores 8 under today to end the round, tied with yesterday's frontrunner Thorbjorn Olesen. But they both have their work cut out for them tomorrow because 4 golfers finish at 17 under, including Kurt Kitayama, who shot 11 under today, passing 41 golfers in the process. Overall, there's 11 golfers within 3 strokes of first place, so we should get an electric final round tomorrow.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Going back to baseball, Outlaws are really just on a rip right now.
I don't know if I've ever seen a baseball team at any level this hot. I mean, they're clearly the best team in the league. Their offense is unstoppable, and their pitching is really good too. They're holding teams to just a couple of runs.
Yeah, throw those guys in the major leagues and see how that's how they're playing right now. Absolutely. We'll be right back. Well, the TSA says back in April, a woman attempted to smuggle 2 turtles through security at the Miami airport. Agents were shell-shocked to find them in her bra. They were handed over to Florida wildlife officials. TSA said you can travel with small pets, but check with airlines to see if they're allowed on the flight and carry the animals through security instead of trying to hide them. So
yeah, I see the logic there, but maybe not. Yeah, not so great. Poor turtles. So
to say the least. Sorry, go ahead.
Must have been a pretty big bra to fit.
Oh, okay. So the temperatures for the next couple of days are going to be in the upper 90s. We're looking at some high heat indices above 105, even getting up to 109 in some days. But as the end of the forecast, you can see temperatures drop down to the lower 90s, even upper 80s briefly. So it's going to be pretty nice.
Absolutely. And a final sports note for us.
Well, if you're going to be at the Outlaws game tonight, stay safe, stay in the shade. But the hottest thing on the field might be the Outlaws, not the weather, to be honest.
All right, right on.
Yeah.
And don't smuggle any turtles inside. That's our time for now. From all of us here, have a great evening.